Okay, so time to talk about gossip. How do you as a leader impact gossip in your practice? You might be surprised to learn that I think leaders actually create gossip in their own practices. And I'm going to share with you what I think we can do to change that. How do we as leaders really impact the gossip in our practices? Well, just saying we have a no gossip policy, we have no tolerance policy, and just terminate everybody that gossips, we probably have no team members, right? And so that's not a viable solution, at least in my opinion. We really need to walk the walk, and that's what I'm going to talk about. You look into your own practice, how do you handle those problem-solving conversations? Oftentimes what we do is we shut the door, right? We go in our offices, we shut the door, we have these private conversations. And what does that do? It breeds a feeling, an environment of uncertainty, secrecy, a place where people don't know what's going on, wondering what is going on behind that closed door, and questioning all the things, which leads to gossip. When we are going behind closed doors and breeding that secrecy, that privacy that people look at as closed communication, as not being transparent, those types of things breed gossip. What's going on behind that closed door? I wonder what they're talking about. Oh my gosh, am I going to get fired? Think of all those things that our team starts to have happen, and that really starts to breed the gossip. So we as leaders can do more by leaving our office doors open when we can. What's really happening behind that closed door? Are we having constructive, problem-solving, professional conversations behind those closed doors? Or are we ourselves as leaders gossiping about our team? Are you really having professional, constructive, value conversations with other members of your leadership team? Are you gossiping about your team? Are you doing the same behaviors that you don't want your team to do? So let's think about professionalism for a minute. We all view ourselves as professionals, right? Who's going to say, I'm unprofessional? Nobody's going to say that. So we know that we have a feeling, a behavior that is professional. At least we feel we do, right? So when we look at our team members probably feel that exact same way. We actually did a poll with Catalyst for a blog that we wrote last year that talked about this very thing, professionalism. How do people feel they are professionally? And really what we found out is most people saw themselves as very professional, but the people around them, their team, not as professional as they saw themselves. So very interesting. And I think a lot of that has to do with perception. And if there's one thing I've always said about this field is we work in an industry that is deeply based in perception. When you leave those office doors open, I promise you, it's going to open up a whole new world. You're going to be able to see your team become more connected with you because they know you're there. They know that you're accessible. They know that you're not trying to hide what you're doing. If you come in and you shut your office door and you're working almost your entire day behind that closed door, they're going to start to wonder, what are they really doing? Not that they don't understand that people in leadership roles have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of work to do, but they really start to wonder. And again, there comes in that gossip monster and starting to breed that uncertainty. So we had an excellent blog post that was from a guest blogger that talked about something that really meant a lot, and that's the word choices that we use. So when we're in those meetings, thinking about our words is a way to really bring positivity, a positive perception, and value into those conversations that we're having when we're dealing with something that's challenging. If your words are not helpful, inspiring, kind, true, or necessary, don't speak them. Now let's get after those teams, open our office doors, open up the communication, open up the transparency in your practice, and squash that gossip.